Okay, this is going to be our Watchpoint Gibraltar guide for our Hitscan DPS strategy for our primary comp, or A comp, what I'm calling it. Okay, here it goes. First things first, make sure everything's safe down here, no surprises or anything. I'm gonna be pushing payload, pushing payload, pushing payload, pushing payload. To get to about right here, there might be a Winston or a Genji coming to join you guys on payload, which they were up there. But yeah. Payload, once you get to right about these little tanks, go ahead and come up through this way. I'm gonna have Winston, Diva, Genji, Mercy diving this high ground up here. So just help out with that. This is assuming the enemy team's right here, which 9 times out of 10, they're almost always right there. So, or on right here. If they're right here, then just dive them right there. That's no brainer. But okay. Bang. Hit. Chase down anyone who's trying to run away. Maybe a soldier. Okay. Assuming we win that first team fight. I don't want you on payload duty, so I'm going to have you set up here, high ground. Got an eye on both doors. You might have a Zenyatta coming up behind you. I told him it was optional for him to be either right there or to be right over there. So you might have company, might not. So Genji's going to be up here too, keeping this door safe. Always want to make sure the high ground is under our control at all times. So that door is first. Whoever comes out, people come out through both these doors. This is higher priority. So bang, bang. So if we get a kill right there, that is, you know, keep them trapped in these doors and push the payload. And then great job. Nice job, team. Okay. So that's a perfect, perfect scenario. Doesn't always work like that. Let's say we get team wiped up here. The enemy team's right here. Oh, we dive them. Oh, they kill us because they're just that good. All right. You're right here trying to help out. Doesn't work. Okay, just run away. They're all dead. Okay. Just regroup when everybody comes out. We're gonna go through this area right here. Make sure high ground is safe. Like I said, we want to make sure high ground is ours at all times. If anybody's up there, that's not your job. That's Genji, Winston's job to take care of anybody up there. So now we're right here. Depending on where the enemy's holding, a lot of times we probably have gotten the payload to right about somewhere underneath this little bridge area. But a lot of people, I think our team included, will like to hold back here, even if the payload's under there, just because it's kind of hard to hold under there. If they are holding under there and we have the high ground clear, just go ahead and jump down and just start getting kills. If they're holding, payloads, probably somewhere right there, just start getting kills. Okay, that's that. But if they're holding, back there, you have to take a different approach, right? So once we have the high ground, make sure high ground's clear. Make sure this little alley's clear. A lot of times you'll see tracers trying to be sneaky and come through here. Keep an eye on that. I would kind of like it if you had this door as cover. Just spam, spam, spam. And I guess if you feel the need to, you can even come up here. That's okay also. If you have the time, obviously if the fight's, breaking out, you might not have time to jump on there. You might just have to make do with right here. Even right here, I want to keep the server room under control if we can. I told Zen that this is kind of his area to protect, but I mean you can help out too. Just here, and then slowly start making your way up to this area right here. Then we're good. Right. If there's anybody up here, obviously take care of them first. There. Okay. Hope that makes sense. So, just to recap, make sure the high ground's clear. Start helping out the team, some damage. Slowly make your way this way. Pushing back, pushing back, pushing back, pushing back. And eventually you'll end up on the high ground again. Okay. So that's that. Okay. Get team kill. Great job, everybody. GG's. Okay, your next assignment. Okay, you're not going to be on stagger duty. That's going to be Genji, Diva, and Winston. So you, Mercy, Zen on payload, moving it 3 at a time. Move it, move it, move it. You know, once they come back, feel free to go ahead and take your high ground spot. I mean, at first, you can probably be right here. All right, this is a lot of time when the enemies are coming. You can get a lot of damage right here. Bang. Get this health pack if you need it. Just keep the pressure on the high ground. Genji is going to be on top of the plane. Winston too. So you'll have some help with the people coming through this door. So you're not going to have to do it all on your own. So, once that happens, once we take care of the threats up here, focus on people down here. Diva still pushing cart. Mercy too. Zen does have... I did tell Zen he could be up here also spamming damage. So it might just be Mercy and Diva on cart. You're right here. Make sure that Mercy, you can always see Mercy. I need you to be her escape if she needs it. So she's going to be on cart with, you know, Diva, just Diva. So if there's a lot of enemies on cart, she might need someone to fly to, and that person should always be you. Always make sure you can see your Mercy so she can fly to you. Okay. Okay. That's that. Great job. Great job. Okay. And that should be the end of that point. Just one fight should probably be enough to win this point. Assuming we lose that fight, just go ahead and die, run back. What do you have to do? Regroup. That's team here. Okay, great. Okay. Obviously, make sure the high ground threats are taken care of first. Diva and Genji will be able to dive anybody over here. So just get as much damage as you can. If you can get a kill, great. If not, okay. Same thing. Just this is your area to control. Fan damage here. And there's a Mercy trying to hide over there. You know, just go ahead and just same approach basically. Whether it's the first time, second time, third time, or 8th time. Just be on the high ground. Just be a pest. Make sure you can see your Mercy. If she's over here, if the payload's a little further back, make sure you can see her. Have that escape route. Okay. Next point, okay, so staggers are going to be our tanks and our Genji. Push payload, push payload, push payload. Push it through here. By the time the enemy is going to be able to contest, they'll probably be, you know, right about there. Right about here, right? Enemy will probably be right here. They might have a soldier high ground, or Hanzo, or somebody high ground. McCree. I'm going to have our Winston and our Genji dive them first, but I want you to follow close behind. Hopefully by the time you get here, the McCree soldier, the Hanzo, should be dead, or ran away to his team. Either way, this is going to be your area now, so just help the team with damage from here. Kills.
I've got you in my sights.
Okay. Let's get the team kill on that. I want you to go ahead and move up here to this area. Helping out with both these doors. And then we should be able to walk it in from there. Okay, good enough. If we get stopped right here, same thing applies next time. I want the whole team to push on the stairs. Team should be pushing right about here, maybe even retreating inside the building. And then you'll just keep going back to your spot. If there's a soldier up here, I told Genji and Winston to go ahead and dive him also. But if he's still alive, just finish them off, and take your spot. And then just repeat the process for the remainder of the time. Okay, so that is attack. Defense. Go set up on defense. Okay, so as I told everyone else, we are no longer holding right here. This is always a bad idea in my opinion, because about half our team, even more than half of our team, always dies when we hold right here. There's always a Reaper, Tracer, Genji, Doomfist, Reinhardt sometimes. I don't even know how Reinhardts get back here, but they get back here. Kill like 2 of us. There's always a Roadhog. This room right here. Hooks somebody, hooks him off the edge, hooks him, one-shots him. We're down 3 people, 4 people, and we're all running away, scared. Okay. But from now on, to ensure that doesn't happen, we're going to be holding up here instead. Of course, this high ground area is very high priority. Keep this area safe. Keep it clear. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and let the enemy team push the payload. We don't have a lot of safe spots where we can, especially if they have a Roadhog or something that can pull us off this high ground, like a Orisa, maybe. We kind of want to stay back and just kind of let them have that first curve, right? But we're still keeping an eye on this back staircase. Got a great view. There should be nobody that gets up here without us seeing it. This door is a little bit harder because we kind of have to peek over a little bit to see if anybody's coming this way. But once this area is clear, we're going to go ahead and turn our focus back over here. Once the payload starts to poke out just a little bit, we're going to have our tanks and our Genji dive the payload. So you, Soldier 76, Zenyatta are going to be helping out the payload from right here. Okay, easy enough. Once we get all those kills, you're going to take your spot with the Zen over here. And just same thing like we did for attack, but I guess, well, yeah. So I want you to have this area right here. Got a great view of the high ground, got a great view of the low ground, got a great view of this back staircase. You can pretty much see it all. There's really no way they can get by you without you noticing. So this is where I want you to be holding. Just helping out the tanks whenever they're attacking people on payload.
I've got you in my sights.
So assuming we lose our first fight, our tanks drop down here, they die. It's just you and Zen left. Try to contest to try and die as quick as you can. So that way you can get spawned in this spawn right here. So in the past, what we've done is if the enemy team's about to capture this point, we'll go out there one by one, try to contest, and we'll all just die, right? There's almost no way we get a hold on that. I mean, even if we ult and get like 2 or 3 kills, I mean, the staggers are just too much, and we usually can't make it work. So instead of running out there to contest last second, I'm going to go ahead and say we just give them that point. I'm going to have you run up here. So it's going to be you, D.Va, Zen, Mercy, right here in this little door. Genji and Winston are going to be either in there or up here. And we're going to try to hold the enemy as close to this gate, this door, as possible. So when the point opens, when the point is captured, the door opens. But once it gets to about right here or so, it starts to close, or it closes. Both. It starts to close and closes. Okay. So your job at first is to make sure the high ground is clear of anybody. If there's all 6 on payload, don't have to worry about it because there's all 6 of them on payload. But if there's anybody up here, keep them away. Maybe chase them if you have to. If they come this way. Okay, because when the payload gets about right here, our D.Va, our Winston, and our Genji are gonna dive point, and I want you and Zen to help out with that dive. Basically, just spam at that payload. Just kill whoever's low on health. Listen to callouts. If Winston says, you know, Tracer's 1, try to find Tracer, shoot her down. Or if Genji's 1, you know, try to shoot Genji. So on and so forth. Okay. Ideally, I feel like we can hold this spot for whatever time is left in the game for their on our defense. So say we get all the kills, get a team kill, D.Va comes back up here. Just keep an eye on this area right there. Eventually, I think their whole team might even try to come up here because we're just being so annoying on this high ground. They'll probably come behind a Rhine shield. They're probably going to have, you know, a Junkrat, a lot of damage. But that's okay. So I want our Winston and our Genji. Once they cross this threshold, our Winston, Genji, D.Va are gonna dive them. We just have a big fight right here. Maybe use Valkyrie if we get down too early, but that's the plan. If they want to bring the fight up here, that's fine. We'll be ready for it. Okay. So once they lose that, you know, they'll probably try to come from the low ground again. They'll probably be confused. They don't know what to do. They've probably never been done to them before. A lot of teams will probably feel that way. But same thing, you know, once they start coming out here trying to push payload, D.Va, Winston, Genji dive. They're up here. Keep an eye out for doors and the bottom. And that's that. Okay. So best case scenario, we get a hold, we get a stop right here. Perfect spot. You know, if we're defending first, if we do manage to get this first checkpoint, I mean, we can pretty much just walk it through here. Probably easy. Should be an easy win for us if we get that first checkpoint. You know, worst case scenario is, you know, we all die. We tried it, didn't work. It's fine. We all die. They get all this space that we were going to give up anyways because, you know, what do we always do? We always hold right here. But we're giving up all that space anyways for free. At least we had the chance to hold them right there for a pretty easy win. Okay. So assuming we all die, we all respawn, come back. Okay, we're all going to come through this top door right here. Tanks first, obviously, because they can take some damage and not die. Payload's probably, you know, right about there. If there's anybody on the high ground, I'm going to have our D.Va and our Genji be on top of that. I mean, you can help out too. You know, just help out with anybody up here. Help out, or, you know, harass the supports back here. More than likely, you'll probably be somewhere around this area, spamming damage. Right. And if it gets too far, then I'd want you to come behind them a little bit. If they're pushing us a little bit, fine, just get behind them, spam the damage here. If it doesn't work, if our whole team dies, I want you to just try and run away if you can. If we're able to, very much like that last point, I want us to not try and trickle in to contest this point right here. I want us to all group up right here. If we know they're going to get it, all group up right here and all dive
I've got
right
you
here.
in my sights.
You know, and I want us to use ults. I want us to make sure that we get this next, just get a stop right here. Enemy team's probably thinking, oh wow, these guys are total retards. They just use like 2 ults, and we already got the checkpoint. These guys are idiots, right? Okay, but joke's gonna be on them because we're not gonna leave this spot. We're gonna spawn camp them. I want you and Zen right here, or even right here. Got good access, good view of the door. Our tanks, Diva's going to be right here. Winston's going to be right here. So they shouldn't get very far out of spawn before we're all over them, basically. Shouldn't be able to get out of spawn. Genji is going to be up here on the plane, just kind of going back and forth between these containers and the plane. Mercy's going to be on there too, healing the tanks from right there. But also check on this door too. This is, I don't know if you know it or not, but this is also a spawn door for the enemy team. So as you're checking, you know, here, if the enemy team starts to die a lot or retreats, just keep an eye on this door. You know, if you see people coming from this door, just call it out. Like, hey, enemies coming on the second spawn door. Right. Okay. So I'm okay with giving them the low ground. Obviously, if they want to come down here, go out through that way. That's fine. If they want to come out through this way, that's okay too. If they just want to, you know, kind of peek a little bit, do a little bit of damage. Our Diva and our Winston should be able to dive them pretty easily right here, but I don't want them to come through the shuttle. Right. So at all costs, we keep them right here. They can have that, but they can't come in here. Yeah, they're going to get knocked back down to the low ground, and they're going to have to do the same thing all over again. They're going to have to come through here. We have the high ground advantage. Payload's right there. You know, we're not going to make it easy on them to push payload. So, and I think we can probably stop the progress right here, even if they get that second checkpoint. I really think we're in a good spot to do that, especially with just two spawn doors that are, you know, really close together and kind of bad, you know, so to speak. So, okay. So that's that. I mean, I might even have Winston right here instead. Just kind of zapping people right as they come out of spawn. You can just, you know, jump away. He gets in trouble. Okay, so that's that. If it doesn't work, you know, if we get ulted or we get team wiped or whatever, that's okay. You know, they can have all this area that we were going to give up anyways because nobody contests on this map until right about here. Right. So if that fails, then we're just back to square one. You know, they wasted a bunch of time probably. They're probably in overtime already. So if our team's holding here, I don't want you on that high ground, just because it's pretty easy to dive for the enemy team. I kind of want you and Zen to be right about here. I mean, here's probably fine too, but if you think about it, I mean, you're really in the enemy's line of sight right here. They're already looking this direction. They can see you pretty easily. They don't have to do a lot to shoot you and potentially kill you. Whereas if you're right here, I mean, their line of sight is, you know, they're looking this direction. They're looking that direction. I mean, they're not looking at you. I mean, they can turn to look at you, but then, you know, that's what we want. We want them to turn and to look at you. So one of our tanks can kill him, or someone else can kill him. Right? If a Diva dives, you know, just do your best, as best as you can with you and Zen to take out the Diva with your healing pad. So hold right here. Ult if you have to. That was bad. I didn't mean to fall down there. Okay, so that's that. What can get up here? Okay, well yeah, maybe you try that. Maybe if you can do the helix jump over that and just ult him from right here.
I've got you in my sights.
You know, in a late game situation, right, where it's just like no time left. Okay. Other than that, I think that's about it for this map. If you got any questions, let me know.